a lot of people know you not just from Broadway, but from Will and Grace. That's the big sort of acting job that a lot of us know you from. What was it like to be with that cast and to do that kind of show?
It was awesome. I felt a little uncomfortable sometimes because those 4 characters, they're all individually as actors off the charts, smart and talented, and their characters were huge. I have a slower rhythm just in life. I'm a slower, kind of more laid-back person.
Yeah.
And I always felt like my character didn't gel with the pace of that show.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't.
See, I thought that's what made it interesting.
Maybe.
You were almost like the straight man of all straight men. Pardon the pun,
I know,
but
I got you.
Yeah.
But I always felt like, man, am I slowing the show down? But they kept asking me to come back. And Jimmy Burrows, who was the director, said, no, this works. So I loved it, man. I like being around creative people.
Yeah,
you know?
That show in particular is interesting because in some ways it opened the door for a lot of the social and political things that we're dealing with right now. I mean, that was a show that helped normalize gay and lesbian relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know at the time that it was going to be that kind of a thing?
With those actors and those writers, absolutely, because it was so articulately and elegantly done and presented that those types of, a show like that is a force, and undeniably at some point it's going to have a social type of impact. So although it was sort of happening as the show was on the air, and it was harder, it's easier to see in hindsight, you had to know that it would start to open a dialogue for people, and it did.
And as an entertainer, and as someone who's clearly on the ground as an activist as well, how do you make sense of what's going on now with the LGBT issues with gay marriage on the horizon in many states? What do you think of that?
I think I'm an entertainer. I get on stage and I play and I sing and I act. That's what I do. There are people who are very, very knowledgeable about those issues and what needs to be done to help advance those types of legislation issues. Yeah. And I'm so glad that there are people who are powerful in that way. Yeah. I'm not that guy. I don't know how to do that. And I rarely talk about my personal or political beliefs for that reason. Yeah. Not because I don't have them, but because I don't know enough. I mean, I know what I believe, and I subscribe to that.
I actually appreciate that. You know, because some people come on and just say whatever. You know, and
that's cool. Yeah. But like honestly, man, both my parents were politicians. Nobody really knows what goes on. Like my dad was a DA, and he would get written about. Let's say there was a negative article in the paper. No matter how much the press thinks they know, they don't know what's going on in that office. They don't know. You could hate Barack Obama, you could love Barack Obama, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Yeah. I'm not going to be the guy that gets up and starts standing on the soapbox and pounding my political beliefs home, because I don't know everything there is to know. You want to talk about how to play piano? Let's go.